Hi, this is Boone Slot Car Garage. Let's do this. Hi, I'm Boone, and this is Boone Slot Car Garage. And tonight, we're gonna finally get Deception Raceways settled in its new abode here in Texas. So, it's been kind of a journey, everything else, but yeah, we're gonna finally get this done tonight. So, a couple weeks ago, I went ahead and put up this. And what this is right here is a live stream of an unboxing that we did to kind of unwrap everything. I hadn't seen it before this, and I thought, you know, let's do this together. So I went ahead and unboxed the buildings and checked everything out to see what kind of damage occurred during the trip down here, the 2,200 miles. And also went ahead and tore the cellophane and cardboard off of Deception and the HO layout and just kind of did a once over to kind of look and just see what we were looking at as far as damage goes. Well, that video went pretty good. I was really surprised at the lack of damage that had occurred. Some of the buildings, obviously, since they're made out of balsa, they did take on a little bit of damage, but nothing that is so catastrophic that cannot be corrected. Now, the layout itself, actually taking it all apart, as far as seeing at that point in time, I was surprised as well. I was thinking that there was going to be a lot more damage to it. Now, since then, it is still in its same situation as far as being up on end. I've taken a little bit more of a look at it and stuff like that. Plus, I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to get this lowered back down because I don't have a crew of guys with me. I'm going to have to do this solo. So a little bit of thinking was involved with trying to figure this all out. So the house that we purchased in the garage, it had a work table that was suspended from the ceiling, much like kind of the situation that I had up in Washington State, where I had the track on a pulley system where I could go ahead and put it up to the ceiling and stow it away. So those pulleys I left back up on the ceiling for the mere fact that I thought, you know, I better leave those up because I might need those to go ahead and lower this down. So that is what I've done. I've kind of rigged up some ropes to it just to give it a little bit of balance, so when I bring it back down to the earth, that it doesn't come crashing down. Well, I hope it doesn't come crashing down, right? So I'm gonna be doing this solo, and fingers crossed that this all turns out okay. Now, how did it get from point A to point B? Well, I tell you what, we're gonna take a little break, and we're gonna throw up some videos real quick, and kind of give you a rundown of how Deception got to Texas. All right? So when we come back, we'll start trying to get this bad boy down. All right, let's do this. Now you guys are all caught up with how Deception made it down here to Texas. So at this point, what are we gonna do? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and set the camera up in the corner of the garage, and I am going to try to get this thing down in one piece, all right? So Fingers crossed, guys, but let's do this. All right, so we made it down. Took about 15 minutes to do it. It was kind of sketchy there for a while because the whole entire table did this big, it just got a mind of its own, right? So you can see the twist and everything else that happened into it. Unfortunately, there was not much I could do about that, but it didn't really pop anything apart, which I'm thankful for. So next step onto this is that I need to go and I need to get this up as far as onto some legs to get it up, to a proper height. And I still need to get the HO layout out from underneath it. Now, I was unable to get it out from underneath it when it was standing up on end because when I built the crate for this, I used the HO as a major structural piece for the crate. Plus, the other thing is that the screws that I put in, I couldn't access them since it was sitting up on end because the screw faces were obviously on the ground. So I had to bring her down first. So right now, it's pretty much laying on the winch system for the HO, which I had a hand crank, and it's laying on that. And then it's laying on the actual foot of the crate over on this side. So as of right now, looks pretty good. Now what I need to do is figure out some legs and get some legs underneath this thing to bring it up, and then we can drop the HO layout, and then we can start uncrating this and just see what we have going on. So yeah, so far so good. So we come back, I'll have it up and we'll get this off of it, the crate, and we'll see what type of damage we have to deal with. All right, see you guys in a little bit. We got Deception down on some legs, and yeah, it's fairly stable for the time being. It's just a temporary right now until I can get the HO layout slid out from underneath it. But this gives us a good idea as far as what it looks like. Certain areas look like a tornado went through. Other areas are pretty much unscathed. So we come back, let's go ahead and I'll take you for a trip around Deception Raceways, and I'll let you check out the HO layout as well. So yeah, but it's progress, right? So we come back, we'll go ahead and do a little flyover and see what we got. All right, so here we go. So, you know, some areas are look pretty good, and other areas, yeah, it looks like a tornado went through. So we'll just kind of run through this. I'll throw up some pictures of what these areas look like prior to the move and everything else, so you can kind of get a comparison. But right here is the main straightaway where the Targa Floria pit lane was at. Actually doesn't look too bad. There's a little bit of carnage over here, but yeah, it's all repairable. So if we come back around this way, this area kind of looks like a tornado went through it. You can see all the trees and stuff laying down, but a good majority of the trees I went ahead and took off of the layout prior to packing it all up. So the trees that are left, yeah, some of them are going to need to be replaced, but a good majority of them is just a matter of gluing them back into place. So I feel kind of fortunate there. Now, if we come down this way, you can look into the middle, and actually it doesn't look too bad, minus the buildings and stuff and some of the trees, and obviously all the figures gone, but you know, everything is still there. Looks pretty much the way it did. We have a little bit of carnage over here where this guardrail, I don't know what happened to that, but yeah, kind of got folded in a little bit, but it's repairable as well. We come back this way, we can see our stadium lighting made it. This corner, the Firestone, signage is still there, and the corner actually looks pretty good. I mean, a little bit different with the trees and stuff missing, but yeah, it looks okay. So if we get up here, this was the side of the layout that it was laying on, okay? So this area, I knew there was some damage, but I didn't know the extent of it. Now, if you come down here by the stream, the side took on a little bit of carnage down there, but actually the stream bed and stuff looks pretty good. I mean, you still got the sticks and the rocks, and everything looks pretty good there. If we come down here by the waterfall, it did take on some damage here, but again, it's repairable as far as that goes. And our guy is still swimming, and he's, you know, still down in this area. Got some cobwebs in there, but yeah, not bad. Now, there are some scuffs right here, but this can all be wet sanded and polished out. So that is very repairable. So no worries on that one. So if we come back up, take a look, the tunnel got a little bit separated, but all in all, the top looks pretty good. Come back here by the corner, this back area took on a little bit of damage. Now the bridge right here, it's seen better days. It lost its railings, and I don't know, it buckled as well. So, oh well. And if we get back here, I gotta work my way around the corner here. This back area through here came loose, and actually this board is floating. And what happened in the process is it cracked it pretty much all the way down through. It gets a little bit more noticeable the further you go in. So you can see that there's a crack that goes all the way through here to the bitter end. And this is where the camping area was at, and it's not there no more. This is the area that I had to chop off so I could make the width that I needed. So that's a little haggard, but I don't know if I'm gonna lengthen the front of this layout or the rear of the layout. So kind of looking at that, it might be lengthening the rear of the layout. So go on down, take a look at this. The center there actually turned out pretty good. I mean, it doesn't look bad at all. There's a little bit of cracking here and there. You can see right down in that area, we have a crack. Here's this corner. And yeah, so, you know, it could have been a lot worse. It very well could have been a lot worse. So I'm surprised, to say the least. The picket fence is still there. Came through. Now this area, yeah, this area took on damage, but a lot of this damage happened when I was actually cutting it apart. So with the Sawzall, it created like a 12.0 earthquake and just started ripping everything apart. So if we come down this is where those gantries were at. And then come back around over here. Still got our tire wall still in there. And then this corner, for the most part, made it. So now let's take a look at the area right here on the side. Now, again, this is the area that had to get chopped. And it just, yeah, it's ugly over here. So if we come up this way, this is coming into the tunnels. I had to chop right through the edge of those tunnels. You can see that polystyrene, the expandable foam. And the inside of this one, hey, now you can see the inside a lot better. So this area through here obviously is going to get a lot of work done to it. Not sure if I'm going to keep the way it was as far as this goes. This back area where I made kind of that Daytona style corner, it's still there. It made it for the most part. So yeah, not bad, not bad. Now, the HO layout is underneath it. So let's just drop down real quick. It's a little dark down here, but all in all, HO layout made it. We still have the Laguna Seca hill, the corkscrew. It's still in one piece. I am missing a little bit of track. Looks like some track came off somewhere in the 2,200 miles, and I don't have it. So it looks like I'm gonna have to purchase a couple corners right over there. So let's see here. Yeah, that section right in there. But otherwise, it's not too bad. Here's the Riverside, or the Road America hill, where we're going to do the Corvette bridge and whatnot. But all in all, it made it. So there we go. Doesn't look quite the way it did before it left, but it just makes for more videos. So, all right. So there we go. We come back. We'll wrap this thing up. Okay, so there we go. We went ahead and Deception is now officially in Texas. So it's down, and yeah, a bunch of work that needs to be done. But hey, that's why we have the channel, right? So more work in store. Now, if you like this video, like it, share it with others, and please subscribe to my channel. And don't forget, I have the Instagram page and also the Facebook page, so come on over, check it all out. So, next time on Boone's Slot Car Garage, well, I don't know, man. We got so much work to do, but we'll figure it out then, all right? So, I'll catch you guys later. Hi, this is Boone's Slot Car Garage. Let's do this.